Hi Holy Cross, I hope you are doing well. I have some games that you can play. Maybe if you get a nice day, can come outside, and if you have a pool noodle around your house, or you might, if you don't have a pool noodle, a roll of wrapping paper will work as well. So if you have one of those two things at home, you can try some of these tricks. The first thing we're going to try is to see how many body parts can you get this noodle to balance on. So you can start with your head. See if you can get it to balance on your head. Try your shoulder. Try maybe your foot. Try the back of your hand. And you can even try the palm of your hand. And if you can balance it, can you walk with it as you balance? So if you can balance it on your head, maybe you could try to walk around and see if you can keep it balanced. The roll of wrapping paper you can do the same with. See if you can get it to balance on different body parts. The next thing you can try is, you cannot do this with the wrapping paper roll, but you could do it with your noodle. You could see if you can make some letters, like the letter C, U, and you make the letter O, the letter V, and maybe you can think of some more letters that I couldn't think of. You can also use your noodle or your roll of wrapping paper to be your propeller on an airplane. See if you can twirl it around, or kind of like a baton. Or maybe the propeller on a helicopter that goes around like this. The next thing you could try is seeing if you can toss your noodle and catch it. Toss and catch. You could try to toss, clap and catch, toss, spin around and catch, toss, touch your knees and catch. All different kinds of tricks. I know you have a lot more than I did. Next thing is a fun thing you can do with your noodle. You can hold it with one hand and put the other hand on the bottom nice and flat. And we're going to see if we can make our noodle into a rocket ship, and we're going to hit the bottom of our noodle and see how high we can launch the rocket up in the air. So here we go. And if you can, try to catch your noodle after you launch it up in the air. So remember, it's going to be like a rocket. Hold in the middle, put your hand at the bottom, and launch your rocket high up in the air. That's a fun thing to try. Another thing you can do with your noodle is to throw it like a javelin. You're going to bring it up like this. Remember to step with the opposite foot of your hand, and you're going to toss the noodle like that. See how far you can toss your noodle. You can also do that with your roll of wrapping paper. You can use it like a javelin and see how far you can throw. Here's another fun game you can play. I call this noodle fencing, and this is one of my favorite games. If you can get your mom or dad or your brother or sister to play with you, you can use your rolls of wrapping paper or your noodles. And in noodle fencing, the first person who touches the other person's foot wins the match. But you are not allowed to swing the noodle like this. You can only jab the noodle. So you have to keep it down real low next to your toes. You also are not allowed to run away from your partner. You have to stay facing your partner. So you begin noodle fencing by putting your noodles together or your rolls of wrapping paper, and we're going to count together, and we're going to say 1, 2, 3, and then on the word fence, we're going to see if we can touch each other's foot. Now remember, if your partner's trying to touch your feet, you got to move your feet out of the way. So here we go. My daughter and I are going to play noodle fencing. 1, 2, 3, fence. Oh, I got my daughter's foot, so I would have won the match, and you can play as many rounds as you'd like. Another partner game you could play If you can find something in your house that's like a ring, if you don't have something like that, we made one with 2 paper plates, and my daughter's going to toss to me, and I'm going to see if I can catch with my noodle. Now, when you hold your noodle, this is the best, easiest way to catch. If you have your hands at the bottom, that's going to be a little harder. So I'm going to put my hand in the middle, and she's going to toss me the ring, and I'm going to see if I can catch it with my noodle. Ah, there's one way to catch it. Now we'll try the paper plate. Oh, that one I missed. So those are 2 games that you can play if you can get a partner, and all you need is a roll of wrapping paper or a noodle. I hope you can have some fun this week.